in response to them putting sticks and moss and stuff in the grill the other day. Yesterday I put a banana and an apple in here, and I put it to the front so like a raccoon couldn't reach it. And I think it's interesting that there's been absolutely nothing put in the grill. I would think if it was some other animal that they would still be trying to put stuff in there. Just checking things, and these weren't here this morning, but they probably just fell from the tree or the roof or something, so, but I want to record it just in case. Okay, it's Sunday, July 21st, 7:48, and I've had these letters and stuff on this electrical meter at the front of the house for a while now, and this morning this Y is upside down. It is absolutely perfectly turned over. Huh, you can even see where the Y was. See the imprint? So it's upside down. And something else around here. It's a little disturbing to me. The Y stick that was in the hosta leaf, when I came around I didn't see it, and so I took it, it was out. It was under here. And so I put it back, and the leaf kind of ripped a little bit. I put it back, and I don't know if they did that or what. I'm thinking they must have, unless when Jim mowed yesterday, he bumped it and knocked it out. So that's, if they did that, it kind of makes me sad. So anyways, I really don't know for sure, but that's all that's happened so far, and I guess that'll be it for now. Talk to you later if something happens. There were some friends that have kids, and they went fishing last night. It was a young couple and 3 kids, and I took everything inside. I took all the toys and everything and brought them in, and because I didn't, want the little kids messing with it or whatever. And I don't know if this has anything to do with them turning the Y upside down and the Y being out of the leaf. So I hope not. The whole thing, the whole situation. So if it was them for sure that did the 2 things with the Ys, then to me it's like it's feeling like they're expressing displeasure. I don't know that for sure, but that's how it's feeling. And all the grandchildren are coming over today, all of them. So I'm not going to put these back out until they leave, because they'd probably end up all over the yard. But and I don't want to lose stuff. So just wanted to add that. I asked Jim if he thinks he might have hit or bumped the Y stick when he was mowing yesterday, and he said that he doesn't think so, but he's just not sure. And now, as far as this morning, I don't know if they took it out or not. Now, if they didn't take it out, then the whole thing about this upside down Y in the front and that, if they didn't take that out, then this could be just them playing, because they do that. But I found out that the people that were fishing left at about 9:30 last night. They didn't stay overnight. I thought they might, but they didn't. And so I don't know why they would have been really upset about that, but or maybe because I took everything inside, but I'm going to go put that all back out now. It's Tuesday, July 23rd, 7:57 a.m. I've been up first thing, well, I've checked everything, that's what I was going to say. But the first thing I saw was I looked out this window, which it's the window that had all the handprints beside. And on the air conditioner, I saw through the window, first thing, this laying here. It is a little, I think it's a charm. Or something that you'd put on a necklace, because it's got a little hole. See? And it is awesome. It's got an S on it. I imagine that's a coincidence. Just a second here. Wow. So, I guess they're not mad anymore. If they were ever mad. I'm not sure that they were upset. That was the feeling I had, but there's more. Yesterday, Jim and I did a little yard work. It got cool out, and in the evening we went out and did some stuff, and all around the house we got hostas, and they have those stems that come up and with the seeds and flowers on them. Well, when they start to die, they get kind of ugly, so we always cut them off. So we did that last night. I went all around the house with scissors and cut them down, and Jim helped me. And then I had been throwing them into the grass, so I went and got the rake and raked them into piles so I could pick them up. And at one point I know I put the rake somewhere, because I don't know, I just needed to, put it somewhere so I could have my hands free. And when I came around the house, here it is. And I didn't put it there. And not only is it where I didn't put it, but it has a hosta stem laying on it, like it's been placed. And I was very sure that I picked them all up and threw them over in the weeds over there. Now I know I didn't do this because I would never leave a rake with the points sticking up for somebody to step on. I was taught better than that. So I'm pretty sure this is from them, and they're telling me that they were watching me do the stems last night, and I used this to rake them up. And they took one of those from the side of the yard where we put them in the brush and placed it here. So they're letting me know that they were watching. That is crazy. See how it goes just right up beside the handle perfectly? And I did forget to put this away last night, so wherever I left it, apparently they brought it here to show me that they were watching. And they left this on the air conditioner. And it's kind of crazy that they decided to put it there, because I don't know why, but lately I've been thinking about when they put the orange ball on the air conditioner, and I was thinking, I wonder if they're going to ever put something on the air conditioner again. And then there's something on the air conditioner. So anyways, crazy stuff. Okay, I'm just finishing my second round of walking, and this stopped me in my tracks right here. It's a turkey feather, and I do not know if they put it there or if it was there and I missed it. I mean, I don't know how I would have missed that. But, I mean, for reals, like, I'm pretty sure I would have seen that. Is that a turkey feather or a hawk feather? I'm going to put it there because I'm not sure if they gave it to me, and it's got bugs on it. So, at least they'll know that I appreciate it. On my first round up the hill with the grass, I picked that Queen Anne's lace, and I picked another one and I put it over on their dolls to the side of the house. I put this one here for the reason that they, put a gift there this morning. I told them thank you, and I told them I loved them and everything. Then when I went back up the hill, I found that feather, so I'm not sure if they did that or not, but it might have been related. It's Wednesday, July 24th, 9:02 a.m. I already went outside and was looking around, and I've got something to show you. I took this picture yesterday when I put that flower, the Queen Anne's lace, on the Bigfoots to tell them I loved them and thank you and all that stuff. Well, I want you to take notice of where that red earring is. It's been right there for days, okay? Right in front of the shell. Now I'm going to show you where it is now, which tells me they were definitely up last night. Okay, now the earring is moved from here to here. Okay, there we go. So they moved it from here to here, and the reason why, I think, is because, see how that's round and that's round, and they're about the same size, and also they're both dangly. Okay, so I think they're making that association, and that's why they moved them. That's all they did. However, it's good to see that they're up here messing around here. I've had things on this for a while too, and they haven't messed with that I know of. Let me check. Okay, yeah, there's still stuff inside. It's interesting though, I had the recorder out in the basket all night, so we'll see if there's anything on it since they were up right there. But are they ever going to come back to the porch railing? I've had this stuff here. I got this new magnetic container put it here for, it's been days too, and nothing. They have not come back in this area. Hardly at all. So, don't know if they'll ever come back. So anyways, that's all for now. And actually, this is pretty interesting because, I'm sorry, my shoes are wet and they're squeaking. This is interesting, the association that they're making. I guess I'll go ahead and leave that there since they moved it. It is Friday, July 26th, 8:42 a.m. Okay, I've been out here looking around. Now outside I saw nothing that happened. However, when I walked into the garage this morning, I said, oh my God, because we left the garage wide open last night. Both big doors. So I started looking around and they were definitely in here. Now they were also open, I'm trying to think, well, it would have been in the evening and then overnight. But first thing I noticed, because I started looking on the car for handprints, and first thing I noticed was here, there is a couple fingerprints right here. It's really hard to get them on camera, but I'm going to get my good camera out and get pictures. But they are right there and over the trunk a little bit. Also saw a smear here on the window. But best of all, right here is a perfect palm print with a little side thing of like the thumb area right here. I'm trying to get it for you to see. Like I said, I want to take better pictures with my good camera, but see where it is at least. There, that's And then I was checking Jim's workbench out really good and noticed this hacksaw laying here. And I know Jim had one hacksaw, so I called him and sent him pictures. And I said, how many hacksaws did you have? He said 2. So apparently, he said those 2 he had. This one, he's never seen before. So apparently they brought him a hacksaw. Which is totally awesome. Now, what did they take? Who knows? I have no idea what they took. First thing I noticed when I got up was a couple things laying. I picked it up, that planter where I had a plant that I bought was laying down here, and there was a piece of rock, which I figured was probably in it. And it could have, I mean, we could have knocked it off. But I didn't notice it last night, so they may have been up here and knocked it too, so. We're not sure if the hacksaw was left in here last night when they came in, or if it was already in here. We just aren't sure. But neither of us remember seeing it before, so. And what's really interesting is, this is kind of funny, because you know, I took a hacksaw, I took that hacksaw out, and I was cutting some limbs off of the bushes around the corner of the garage. I just wanted to get a few of them off. So I did that 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I don't know if they saw me using a hacksaw or what. I did switch to that one. Whoops. That one. Chip said, you should be using a different saw. And I'm like, oh. So I did. But anyways, just wanted to tell you that. Okay, it's Saturday, July 27th, 8:05 p.m. And I've been out, well, first we went to town. And I knew the garage door was shut, front and back. We came back, got the groceries out, went inside, cooked supper on the grill. We ate it. I came out here to try to get some more pictures of the handprint and fingerprint. So I opened the garage door, took the car out, brought it back in, and at some point, I don't know when, the Bigfoots were up and put this game piece on the back of the mower. And I know exactly where that game piece was. It was out here. It was right here on the railing. Yeah, right here. Because I found it down in the dirt. I was doing some weeding last week, and I just laid it up here and left it. And you can see the dirt from it in the circle. That's where it's been laying, and at some point this afternoon they came up and put it on the back of the mower. And that's actually pretty awesome, because that means they came up to the back porch. Yay! Finally! Now let's see if anything else happened back here. Okay, I see nothing out of place here. I put the Bigfoots back. I stood them up this time. I put everything back. So I don't see anything. But at some point they came up and did that with that Stay in peace. I wish I was paying more attention to what door was open when, but I didn't. So, cool.
There it was.
Last night I was sitting on the couch after Jim went to bed. I'd been sitting there a while listening to audio, and all of a sudden I smelled a skunky smell. And it lasted for a few minutes. And so this morning I came out and I'm seeing what looks like a foot impression. The heel starts here, goes up, goes around there, comes back around. That's the side. So in that case it is around 16 inches. That kind of looks like where the toe would have been. No, I'm sorry. There. It's hard to do this on the phone. There would be the big toe. Yeah, there would be the big toe, and it comes back around like that. And there's another one. The one I just showed you is right. Doggone phone. Right there. This one's right here. And I can see it looks like 1, 2 toes there. The heel would come to about here. So this one is about 12 inches long. And I've seen other ones around here, but I was stepping and stuff, so I don't know for sure. But this one, the one I just showed you, really intrigues me. And I have another problem because Jim walks from there to his truck every morning. But his foot is 12 inches long. But of course he doesn't come out in his bare feet, so I don't know why I'm seeing toes up in there. And I also see toes on this one too. Well, that one's not showing too good now. There. Up there at the top, I do see what looks sort of like toes. So, anyhow, possibility that these are impressions in the grass, and it would make sense to go along with the skunky smell that I was smelling last night. I just talked to Jim, and he said that last night at 3 o'clock, he heard pounding outside that woke him up, and he looked and didn't see anything, but when he got up, it stopped. So I find that really interesting. And also, I said, where did it sound like it was coming from? And he said it sounded like it was coming from the front, which is out there where I was showing you the footprints. So that's interesting. Something else that happened, let me see, it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before, so it would have been Monday evening. Jim and I were out here in the garden, just, doing some stuff in the garden, and all of a sudden we heard from about that area of the woods, it sounded like the first thing we heard sounded like something pounding or hitting. Jim he said to him it sounded like a really hard tree knock, where like it had been so hard that it would have broke, like if it was a baseball bat, it would have broke the bat. I thought I heard something hitting something man-made, either metal or something. I can't really describe it. Then we started hearing like limbs breaking and just a whole big commotion coming, and whatever it was huge. It was kind of like whenever you hear people give their encounter stories sometimes, and they say it sounds like bulldozer coming through the woods. That's what it kind of sounded like, and it was right over there. So we don't know what it was, but it went on for at least 10-15 seconds probably. It was just something really big crashing through the woods. So I just wanted to tell you that too, because there's been some interesting stuff going on around here lately. Okay, Jim just came out and showed me where he walks usually, because he's a very, like, habitual person, and he goes from there straight to the truck. So he actually misses this whole patch of grass, which is where the footprints are. So he walks right by that. And that foot impression is well within that. It is right there. Try to outline it for you again. Whoops. Autofocus. Up there's the top. Comes back the inside of it. Comes around. Actually, that looks like the toe right there. So that's another thing I was thinking, because like in the winter he'll come out, start his truck, go back in, but he only walked this way. This is heading that way. So, and it's too big to be his foot. So when I was smelling him last night, and Jim was hearing pounding, I don't know what they were doing, but Guess they were busy out here doing something. Okay, I have a couple things that I want to tell you about that happened. First of all, it was the night before last. Jim got woken up again during the night. Well, no, that's not right. He went to the bathroom, got back in bed, and when he did, then he heard another bang. So he gets back up and looks around, doesn't see anything. So he's starting to wonder if they're messing with him and laughing at him when they get him up out of bed. Also, this involves Jim. Yesterday, Jim was mowing, and just showing you where everything is. He was mowing over here by the garden, and I get a text from him, and he says, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Sitting on the couch." So then we get together and talk, and he said he was mowing, and he was going down beside the garden there, and something hit him in the back, and he thought maybe he got stung. And then he started rounding the corner. See, I'll get down here from his perspective. Of course, remember he was sitting on the mower. But he said he looked over here real quick, and he thought it was me on the sidewalk. That's why he asked me what I was doing, because he thought I was throwing rocks at him. He said he's like really impressed because that would be really good aim. But he saw what he thought was me, and then it was just like a flash, and then it was gone. So we're thinking maybe he saw a Bigfoot standing right over there, and it threw a rock and hit him here. And I looked on the ground to see if I could see a rock, and last night I did find one. Let's see here. Is that it? There's this one. Oh, it was this one here. This rock. But there's also dirt from where we threw weeds out of the garden, so I don't know if that was in the clump of dirt. But anyhow, he didn't have a bee sting on his back, so apparently he did get hit in the back with an object. So they seem to be messing with Jim a lot lately. And I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but this was a couple of weeks ago. I was taking a nap, and when I got up, Jim was on the porch swing, and he didn't know that I got up, so I went around the house. I hid behind the trash can, and I started throwing rocks at the porch just to mess with him, you know. And it was funny. He thought it was the Bigfoots at first. But I don't know, maybe they saw me doing that. And so now it's like, oh, game on. Let's mess with Jim. So anyhow, I just want to let you guys know those couple things.